So my dad passed away this week and I was really heartbroken, but it was such a reality check for me just to evaluate again where my hope lies and how eternity focused I really am. So in the light of this, I made a Facebook status inviting people who don't have their hope fixed on Jesus to send me a message, and it was so cool. 2 people sent me messages and I had the privilege of sharing the gospel with them, praying with them and helping them put their hope on God again. And in this past week, I also had the privilege of praying with my mother, just helping her to recommit her life to Jesus.
Hey everyone, Francois and Carrie Ann here from Cape Town, South Africa.
February, I had a baby and I'm currently on maternity leave, which means I'm on UIF and we are operating on half of our salary.
So with her being on maternity leave, I obviously I had a choice when the lockdown happened in South Africa. I can either go on unpaid leave or voluntary retrenchment. So I opted for the unpaid leave as it's only been 3 months in a new job. The 31st of March, however, I got a phone call and I was retrenched at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Funny thing is, we were really at peace when the news hit. We did some practical things, shifted some finances around, started making some plans. But at 8 o'clock that evening, something amazing happened. I got a phone call and I was offered a job. Now it's like a 6-hour span from being retrenched to a new job offer, and it is an amazing testimony of God's faithfulness. Now God doesn't always work so quickly, but He always has everything in the palm of His hand, including us. So just want to encourage you guys, do not lose faith throughout the storm and keep your eyes on Jesus.
Amen.
Hi, this is Wamu, Gospel Central Church, Lusaka, Zambia. 2 things have come out to me as very critical through the messages that we've been listening to from Andrew Selly. The first one is about faith, how the church needs to be strong in faith. The second one is how we need to stay true to the correct interpretation of the scriptures. And it's around this time, I think it's easy for people to just misapply the word of God when we talk about Psalm 91 or wherever, people pulling out promises here and there and not exactly using it the way God intended it to be used.
Hey, this is Chris again. Just want to share a little bit about what 412 has done for me and my family. We just came out there a month ago and thankfully God made that trip happen just before all the self-quarantining started. Heather and I both felt a peace and a freedom when we were there that we have not felt in a long time. And on our way home, Heather already put on our Facebook telling everybody back home that we are coming back to South Africa sometime and we're bringing our kids. So that blew me away. So God bless you. Thank you again for your love.
A couple of weeks before the COVID lockdown started, at the prayer meeting at the church, I met with a group of guys and we shared what we struggle with most. And the thing that I struggle with most is fear of the future. What will happen if things go wrong, or basically a lack of faith that God's in control of the future. The COVID thing came, and the initial response was panic. But pretty much almost straight away after the lockdown happened, the Lord just kind of given me an extra cup of faith. And this issue that I was really struggling with in my life was a stumbling block for me. I really feel I got victory over. There's this assurance that no matter what, God's in control. Now that I don't really have any control over how the future is going to turn out, I'm at peace with it, that God, I'm in God's hand, and I think this is something how the Lord's really gone to work in me during this COVID lockdown.
So I'm a Christian that smokes, and I actually did enjoy it. And on Friday last week, it was very, very hard for me to realize that actually today is the day I have to stop this. And I was so upset about it that I literally cried. I had my last cigarette and I was like, Lord, how am I going to do this? How am I going to enjoy this time of being in lockdown without having the ability to smoke? And I was crying, and I felt the Holy Spirit say, but I will help you. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see in the morning. We'll try this again. We'll see how it goes. The thing is that Saturday morning when I woke up, I got a cup of tea and I had a cup of tea and that was it. And then now I'm sitting here on Tuesday evening and I'm just thinking that I didn't even need one cigarette. And like the Lord has helped me through it, like so gently, so slowly, so easily, that I didn't even know that I was giving up this addiction that I had for like 20 years. I was just so amazed at how the Lord has worked in this time, this unlikely time, and not in my own timing, but in His right timing.